I told y'all about the coordinators being left behind. I told y'all the coordinators were getting the bill. Well, today, the bill arrives. Right now, 8,750 Microsoft employees are opening envelopes. First voluntary buyout offer in Microsoft's 51-year history. And tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Central, the April jobs report drops. Bloomberg consensus, plus 62,000 jobs, down from 178,000 last month. A 65% deceleration. But hold on, because while the coordinators are getting the envelopes, the CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, got on stage in San Francisco on yesterday and told the world something that nobody saw coming. This is what he said, quote, "We tried to plan for 10-fold growth. We got 80-fold, 8 times in 1 quarter. That's a huge growth. No wonder they've been having some challenges." And right here in Texas, Republic National Distributing just filed warn notices. Nearly 2,000 workers across 5 Texas locations, 372 right down the street from me in shirts. But while Texas coordinators are getting audited, NVIDIA and Corning just announced 3,000 new manufacturing jobs in North Carolina and in Texas. Guys, we got 2 economies, 1 verdict window in 48 hours. Coordinators are getting envelopes, builders are getting compute, and specialists are getting paid. Guys, I'm Antoine Wade. This is the Daily Climb. Let's look at the data. Get to the data. That's what I'm here to give you guys, okay? Let me show you what is happening right now in Microsoft, step by step, all right? 8,750 Microsoft employees are eligible for a buyout offer. That is 7% of their entire workforce. And here's the formula. Your age plus your years of service at Microsoft has to equal 70 or more. If you are 60 years old and you have been there 10 years, you qualify. If you are 55 and you have been there 15 years, you qualify. If you are 50 and you have been there 20 years, you qualify. Microsoft has been a company for 51 years. And this is their first time that they have ever offered something like this. The first time ever. Now, here's the part that most people are missing. This buyout excludes senior technical roles. This is something that I didn't know until today. It excludes senior technical roles. It excludes salespeople on incentive plans. Many of you guys be like, Antoine, you talk about this story quite often. Well, new data comes out, so I got to give you guys the data. And this is important. Exclusions, senior technical roles, exclusions, salespeople on incentive plans. Translation, if you are a long-tenured employee who does not directly build the product or drive revenue growth, you are the target. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Get close to the revenue, get close to the customer, get close to the product. I've been telling you. I want you guys to type envelope in the chat if you've ever got a buyout offer in your career. If you ever got a buyout offer in your career, type envelope in the chat. Type watching if you know somebody at Microsoft right now who's going through this. Type watching in the chat. I know my ladder climbers know. Y'all know people. Now here's what makes this story even bigger. Microsoft is not struggling. Their last quarter revenue grew 18% year over year. Azure Cloud grew 40%. And their AI division is now running at $37 billion a year, up 123%. Crushing it. These are profitable cuts, not survival cuts. And Microsoft CFO Amy Hood said this on the earnings call, quote, "We expect headcount will decrease year over year." We talked about that, guys. This is a continuation. Cuts are going to be smaller, more often, yearly. That's the new way. That's the new way. She said it out loud. She did not bury that cuts are going to continue to happen. Now, why does this matter beyond Microsoft? It matters beyond Microsoft because every Fortune 500 company, every Fortune 500 HR head is studying this rule of 70 formula right now. Yesterday, I showed you the Coinbase template. Brian Armstrong's manual on how to flatten your management organization, how to flatten your management layer. Today, Microsoft is giving every CEO in America a different template. You can call it the rule of 70 right now. That's what Microsoft is using. But it could be the rule of 50, could be the rule of 60, could be the rule of 40. Microsoft is giving every CEO in America a different template. How to remove your most expensive, long-tenured employees without calling it a layoff. Because here's the thing. A buyout is voluntary. A layoff is involuntary. But the math is the same. 8,750 fewer employees on Microsoft payroll by the end of June. In the severance package, it's generous. They do a good job. Microsoft's a great company. But nobody's here to say they're not a great company. I'm just giving you guys a game on how this stuff works. Fantastic company. Been a Microsoft supporter for a very long time. Been a Microsoft investor for a very long time. Severance package is generous. And they're offering extended health coverage. That's included. So if you have been there for 20 years, it can add up to over a year of pay. It is designed to be attractive enough that you take it. But here's the kicker. If your role is on the chopping block anyway, and you do not take the buyout, what do you think happens next quarter? Exactly. That is the new playbook. And it is landing in inboxes today. All right. This is what is landing today. Well, Microsoft is sending out envelopes. Let me tell you what Anthropic is doing right now. Yesterday, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei stood on stage in San Francisco at his company's developer conference. And he said something that every ladder climber needs to hear. He said, quote, "We tried to plan for 10-fold growth. We got 80-fold growth, 80 times growth in one quarter. That is not a 10% beat. That is not a double or not double their plan. That is 8 times what they expected." Then he said this, quote, "That is the reason we've had difficulties with compute." That's what he said. Many people in the AI world, if you are a builder, over the last couple months, which seems like a long time, Claude have seemed to degrade a little bit. They've been capping limits and putting all these restrictions and causing people to be upset about how much they are using of it, making their plans change and all this, right? Changing a whole bunch of stuff. Well, what is this all translating to? This translating to they cannot find enough computers to run their AI because demand exploded so fast. And listen, hours after he said that on stage, Anthropic announced a deal with Elon Musk's SpaceX. They locked up all of the compute capacity at the Colossus One data center in Memphis, Tennessee. 300 megawatts of capacity. Now, Anthropic is in talks to raise money at a $900 billion valuation. That's $900 billion, guys. That would make Anthropic worth more than OpenAI. But here's a line that should stop every ladder climber in their tracks. Amodei said this, quote, "Software engineers are the ones who are the fastest to adopt new technology. It is a foreshadowing of how things are going to work across the economy." I want you guys to read that twice. Software engineers are the early signal. What is happening to them with AI is coming for the rest of the economy. That's what he said. I want to play a video for you guys. On CNBC, Dario Amodei.
AI security flaws is narrowing. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei says that Chinese AI models will catch up in just 6 to 12 months. He issued that warning during a conversation with JP Morgan Chase's CEO Jamie Dimon that I hosted just yesterday, moderating with him. Amodei also signaling that some software as a service companies will likely go bust. Take a listen.
I think individual SaaS companies, it's very possible for them to lose market value, go bankrupt, completely go bust. But it depends on the response, right? I think there are incumbents today that are going to see very clearly, we have a lot of moat here. The moats here are going away. We're really going to pivot and we'll do better than we did before. And there are others who are not going to pay attention, who are going to be blindsided, and they're going to have a really bad time.
I asked Dimon if all the spending in the area, potentially $1 trillion over the next year, makes sense.
The way I look at it is that in total, it will make sense. If you want to try to pick the winners and losers, you will have a hard time. So there will be losers and there have to be winners, or people said, I told you so and stuff like that. But the technology itself is so powerful, it's worth $1 trillion of investment. And the investment is way beyond that, by the way. It's in chips, it's in wires, and it's in hardware and all these other various things. Right. So, but technology tends to pay for itself, just not in a straight line.
Now, let's look at the second builder, Waymo, the self-driving car company owned by Google. Guess what they just did, guys? Guess what Waymo did? They just raised $16 billion at a $126 billion valuation. 2 years ago, they were valued at $45 billion. Today, 3 times that. They tripled their rides last year to 15 million rides. And they are opening in 20 new cities in 2026, including Tokyo and London. So when you hear builders are winning, this is what it looks like. Companies expecting to grow 10x, they blow up to 80x. Companies with a $45 billion valuation months ago, now it's 3 times that. People who just started their business 60 days ago, now they're 10x. Companies with 1 employee with agents, now they're $1 million companies. That's the builder economy. Let's go to Texas. I live in a town just north of San Antonio. And what I'm about to show you is happening in my zip code, and probably yours too. Republic National Distributing, one of the biggest beverage distributors in America, just filed WARN notices in Texas. Nearly 2,000 workers across 5 locations. Grand Prairie, 689 jobs. Houston, 588 jobs. Schertz, 372 jobs. Austin, 164 jobs. Corpus Christi, 90 jobs. When is this effective? June the 21st. And it is not just beverages. Sodexo just filed WARN at HCA Houston hospitals. 296 food service workers effective June 13th. Saks Fifth Avenue in San Antonio. I shopped there multiple times to buy my wife some perfume. And I'm on my way because Mother's Day is around the corner. 71 workers effective yesterday. I'm going to go there probably in the next couple hours. And the typical ladies who typically serve me probably won't be there. That was effective on May 6th. Don't you guys type Texas in the chat if you're climbing with us from the Lone Star State, the beautiful state of Texas. Now, here's what also is happening in Texas at the same time. Texas added 46,800 non-farm jobs in March alone. And NVIDIA in Corning just announced 3,000 new jobs, building 3 new manufacturing plants in North Carolina and in Texas. 3,000 high-paying manufacturing jobs, building optical fiber for AI data centers. And Corning is expanding U.S. optical fiber production by 10 times. That is the builder economy landing in your backyard, okay? I'm gonna take you to a video real quick, see if I can get to it. The NVIDIA and Corning relationship. Let you guys get caught up on this.
Let's join us now with the latest on that.
Well, Andrew, this deal just announced is a multi-year one, which involves commercial and technology partnerships to really scale up U.S. manufacturing, specifically of the optical connectivity needed for AI data centers. So under this deal, Corning is going to increase its U.S. optical connectivity manufacturing capacity by 10 times and expand fiber production by more than 50%. That includes 3 new facilities in North Carolina and Texas, and more than 3,000 new American jobs. 2 months ago, NVIDIA locked in a multi-billion-dollar deal with Coherent for the optical engines. So that's the lasers and the components that convert data between light and electrical signals. Corning supplies the other half, the fiber and connectivity carrying light across the data center. So think of Coherent as maybe the engine and Corning as the highway. And you really need both to make co-packaged optics work at scale. For Corning, this really cements their positioning as the default U.S. fiber supplier for the AI era. They now have a deal also with Meta worth up to $6 billion when the stock price also jumped about 16%. 2 additional unnamed hyperscaler agreements of similar size. And now NVIDIA, the company whose architecture really dictates how everyone else builds.
You heard it. And there's more. Okay? There's more. Ford CEO Jim Farley, he just released a new podcast. And he said this, quote, "I would argue we are the most vulnerable we have ever been." Vulnerable to what? Skilled worker shortages, construction workers, manufacturing workers, tradespeople. He calls them the essential economy. And his guest on that podcast was Mike Rowe from the show Dirty Jobs. Mike Rowe said this, quote, "People do not care about a shortage of plumbers until their toilets do not flush." Listen to these numbers. A Deloitte and Manufacturing Institute study projects 2.1 million unfilled manufacturing jobs by 2030. That is nearly half of all U.S. manufacturers, saying hiring is their top challenge. Ford is giving out free Carhartt gear as a hiring incentive. GM invested $200 million in the past year alone on apprenticeship programs. So if you are sitting right here in Texas in Shirts or anywhere throughout the Texas cities, and you got that WARN notice from the Republic National, your operation skills, your warehouse skills, your logistics skills transfer directly to manufacturing. Carhartts are the new corporate uniform. I want you guys to type trades in the chat if you are considering a blue collar pivot. That is the map for today, guys.